Recently, Sony released the ZV-1 compact camera made specifically with vloggers and content creators in mind, and it caused quite a stir here on YouTube when like 50 videos were released all at the same time, my video included. And as exciting as new cameras can be, unfortunately, every time a new camera comes on the scene, it gets more and more complicated for people who are in the process of deciding which camera is best for them. When I released my video on the ZV-1, people immediately started asking me whether this camera would be the better choice or something from the Sony APS-C lineup. So in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the Sony ZV-1 and comparing it directly to the Sony a6400 and the Sony a6600 to try and help you decide which of these cameras might be best to add to your kit. Just a quick note as well, there is a Sony a6100 out there. Unfortunately, I don't have one and I've never had the chance to try it out, so I've left it out of this video. And also, if you do still have questions at the end of this video, please leave a comment below and I will do my best to try and help you out if I can. You know what, just go leave a comment anyway, even if you don't have a question, and on your way down there, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button. I mean, they're on your way anyway. Okay, let's start by doing a quick price comparison of these three cameras because I know that price is going to be a big factor for a lot of people. The ZV-1 retails at $800 and it is the cheapest of the bunch. The a6400 is $900 for the body alone and $1,000 with the kit lens. And the 6600 comes in at a decently more expensive $1,400, and the kit lens that you can get with that camera makes it even more expensive too, coming in at $1,800 for the kit. So right off the bat, if budget is your main concern, you know where you stand. But the lower price isn't the only reason you might want to consider the ZV-1 for vlogging and online content creation. First of all is the size. If you're looking for something that is compact and self-contained, you can literally throw this in a pocket, whereas the other two options would only fit if you're wearing those really big, baggy cargo pants with the oversized pockets, which is totally fine. No judgment. The ZV-1 has a side flip screen that rotates, which a lot of people prefer to the flip up screen of the 6400 and 6600. And while the flip up screen does create a better line of sight for an accidental glance over the lens at the monitor, it also creates a problem for visibility if you attach a microphone, and it doesn't allow for nearly as many viewing angles as that side flip from the ZV-1. The ZV-1 also has some new features that we don't see on the a6400 and a6600, like the background defocus feature that automatically switches the settings to give you that blurry background and help your videos have that higher quality look. There's also the new product showcase feature that allows you to hold up objects and have the camera quickly and smoothly grab focus on them without necessarily having to cover your face or wait for the camera to catch up. This is great for people who show products while they're doing their videos. But one feature that slipped past most of the initial reviews is automatically rotated videos. With the ZV-1, if you record a video in portrait orientation, the video file will already be flipped to that correct orientation when you get it to your computer, phone, or tablet. This might seem like a small thing, but it's something that's always bugged me when making vertical content on any of my other Sony mirrorless cameras. The autofocus on all three of these cameras is amazing, but it's worth noting that the a6400 is the only one that doesn't have eye autofocus while in video mode. This isn't a huge deal since it still has face detection, but if you really want to get picky about your eye being in focus during video, the ZV-1 and the a6600 have what you need. The ZV-1 also has a built-in ND filter, which is another nice add-on you don't get with the bigger, more expensive cameras. If you want that ND filter for the a6400 or a6600, you're going to have to buy a separate ND filter and slap it on the front of your lens. The ZV-1 is a really nice choice if you just want something simple, small, and packed full of features that are designed for vloggers and content creators. The point-and-shoot style makes it an all-in-one package, which can be looked at as both an advantage and a disadvantage because you have everything that you might want, but you're also just stuck with what you get. I think that made sense. You know what I mean. Which brings us to the a6400 and a6600. To me, the biggest difference between the ZV-1 and these cameras is the fact that these are interchangeable lens cameras. First of all, you have to buy a lens with your camera. It's not just attached to it when you get it, but also you have the versatility of choosing different lenses for different situations. You can upgrade your lenses, you can buy and sell lenses, and totally change the options as you want to. This is the versatility that you don't get with something like the ZV-1. You only get one lens with all its strengths and weaknesses, and that's it. Another advantage to the interchangeable lens system is manual focusing. If you're someone who likes to manual focus, ZV-1 is not the way to go because there is no actual focus ring on it at all. Whereas I'm yet to run into a lens made for the a6400 or a6600 that doesn't have a focus ring on it. That would be really weird. There is a way to manual focus in the ZV-1, but it's really not a great experience. Another advantage of the interchangeable lens system is that if you get something like the a6400, pick up some lenses, and then decide later to sell the a6400 in favor of an upgrade to the a6600, your lenses will still be good. So the system can kind of grow with you as you go on. And because Sony uses the same mount for their full frame system as well, you can keep using your lenses as you upgrade even into the full frame world. The other big shared advantage of the a6400 and a6600 is the larger sensor. This means higher quality images, better dynamic range, better clarity, and shallower depth of field when you want it. If image quality is your #1 priority when trying to make this choice, that right there takes the ZV-1 out of the running. Not saying that the ZV-1 has bad image quality, but the bigger sensor has an advantage and is usually going to look better. A bigger sensor also means better low light performance, so if you know you're going to be filming in poorly lit situations, the a6400 and a6600 will give you more ability to still get the shot without it turning into mushy noise. Like I mentioned before, the a6400 and a6600 both have flip-up screens, which have the advantage of being placed better for self-filming in my opinion, because if you do take a quick peek at the screen, looking slightly above the lens looks much better than a glance out to the side. Ergonomically, these cameras are a lot nicer to hold than the ZV-1 is, with a much larger grip and materials that feel great in the hand. They also have a dedicated mode dial, which makes it easy to switch between shooting stills and video if you switch back and forth a lot. Now, so far I've been lumping the a6400 and a6600 together, but there are a few major differences between the two as well. I do already have a video on this topic, but I'll give you a quick version here. The a6400 has no stabilization whatsoever. The a6600 has in-body sensor stabilization. The a6600 allows you to have a much wider range of lens choices. While some lenses do have stabilization in them, the a6600 has it no matter what lens you use. However, this is another place where the ZV-1 comes back in to one-up the others, because on top of optical stabilization, it also has digital stabilization that utilizes the accelerometer information to steady the shot even further. There is a trade-off there that it does crop in slightly. The other two advantages that the a6600 has over the other two cameras: a way better battery life and a headphone jack. The battery life on the a6600 is fantastic, the 6400 is not so great, and the ZV-1 is okay. Having a headphone jack can come in handy too for making sure that everything is sounding good, although if your primary function is to film yourself, you're probably not going to be using it too much while you're filming. Maybe just for playback, but it might look a little funny if you've got headphones on while you're filming. So as you can see, there are a lot of factors at play here. Each camera has advantages and disadvantages, but if you're still confused, here's a quick guideline on what I would do if I were in the market and confused about which one of these to get. If you want something as simple as possible to start creating content, get the ZV-1. The quality is great and it's an all-in-one package to start creating. If you're focused primarily on photography, forget the ZV-1 altogether. There are better options. If you want to keep the budget down a little bit, but you're worried that the ZV-1 won't give you the control or versatility that you need, look into the a6400. It's a great camera and it's definitely possible to work around not having the stabilization that you get on the a6600. You don't have to walk with the camera, you can put it on a tripod while you talk to it, and it's also a great photography camera. If the budget isn't a problem and you want the versatility of interchangeable lenses with the power of having wanting in-body stabilization, the a6600 is the choice. I absolutely love mine. It really is the best camera of the three, but you pay for that. But as always, I want to hear from you guys. What do you think of these three cameras? Which one do you think makes the most sense for you and your setup? Let me know in the comments down below, and on your way down there, if you like this video, hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, and make sure that that bell notification button is turned on so you don't miss future reviews and tutorials. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.